Hey everyone, welcome back to another tips and tricks video on Bloxburg. Now this time I want to do shortcuts. It's been a while since I did those, and since my last video about the shortcuts, new ones have come along the way, so I thought it would be a good idea to make a new video on all the shortcuts in Bloxburg. So the first shortcut I'm going to start with is the simpler one, or the ones we had before, and that is the Ctrl Z and Ctrl Y. So you place, for example, a wall and you want to remove it, but you want a full refund. You press Ctrl and Z at the same time and it's gone. Now, if you do Ctrl and Y at the same time, it will be back. So that's quite nice to have. So let's just finish this room off, and I want to undo this room because I don't like what I built. So I'm gonna just Ctrl Z my way around, but then I changed my mind. So I'm gonna Ctrl Y to bring it all back. And if I Ctrl Z, I will get a full refund. Now, the same thing applies for these buttons right here. They do the exact same thing. So if you're on tablet, you can use these buttons to undo what you just built to get a full refund of what you just built. And if you want to get it back, you do redo and you click this. But on computer, you can also do Ctrl Z and Ctrl Y. Just two things that do the same thing. Glad they introduced this so you can undo and redo on tablet as well. Then the next one is a newer one, and that is the clone tool. Now let's say I paint this wall. Or no, this is gonna be for later. Let's place a window, so just a clear window, and on the outside of it I want to have privacy blinds, and then on the inside I want to place curtains, and I want to paint the curtains in a gray color, for example, and let's see, maybe the carpet tone, and then the window itself is gonna be black with pink glass, so it looks perfect. Now, if I go to the clone tool, I press C on my keyboard, or you press this button right here. But I always tend to use C just because it's a little easier to like reach. I don't know. But you click this window and it copies the entire window with the curtains and the paint job we did on it. So it's really nice if you have a big house and you want to copy some windows with the same curtains, etc, etc. It's a really nice tool to just copy that and clone it. Now for the paint I used, so let's paint this wall in a brick material, and let's pick a dirty rose color, for example. Now if I click on my keyboard on Shift and I click my left mouse button on where I want to paint, I can actually copy paste the color onto the other walls. So Shift and left click do that for you. So now I can just, and it doesn't always work, so sometimes you have to go in the wall, because now I'm shift clicking that wall and it does nothing. So you have to click the wall like you would paint it and just click the other color you previously used. So it remembers the color you last used and it paints that onto the thing you shift click on. Now to get to the painting tool, you either click this button over here or you click F on your keyboard, and the F button just opens up the paint tool, and then you can click any wall you want to paint. So for example, I want to go for a bronze color, then I just shift click my way around. Now if you're on tablet, you will have to manually do it, so you have to click the wall and click the wall you want to copy the paint from. So I'm gonna pick this wall I already painted, and you have to click it like this and then paint it like so. Now to go to the garbage bin right here, you click G on your keyboard and it opens the garbage bin, or you can also just click the garbage bin right here and remove it like this. Now as you can see, I don't have any grid lines on my plot. That is also another tool, and it's really nice to just go to multiple floors and not see anything. How you do this is you press H on your keyboard, so you can toggle the grid tool, and it's really nice if you are building and you don't want to see a grid on your plot. So let me just build a little place right here and add in a floor. And let's say, for example, you really don't want to see our grid. You press H on your keyboard. There is no tool for that in here, but on PC and on Mac you can do that. On tablet and mobile phone it will not work. And now if I press G on my keyboard, I could just manually place, so let me toggle my placement grid. I could just place it like this without seeing the grid. If I want to take pictures, it's really nice to use as well. Just pressing H and it toggles the grid. Now if you're on the second floor, you can also toggle it, so it's really nice to see that. It's been a while since I recorded the previous steps, but I forgot some. So if you go into build mode, you can also press T to toggle between manual placement and automatic placement. So let me go to roofs. So I want to place a roof on my house. well, if you even call it a house. And now I'm on automatic placement. It says T next to it, so if you press T, it changes to manual placement. You can place your roof manually like this. This works only on computer. If you're on a mobile device, you can actually just click this button and it goes to automatic. Or wait, you can only do automatic placement on mobile, right? I think you can only do that, yes. And then you just click and it will automatically place your roof in the room you want it to. Another thing you can use, if you have, for example, this bed in hand, you can use R to rotate it, or you can just click your mouse and then drag it to where you want it. So you hold your left mouse button where you want to place the item, and then you just drag around like this. You can also pick it up and place R to rotate it. And then another one, not really used that much, not really that useful to be honest. You have these arrows which makes you go to multiple floors. Now I do have to say, you have to have the game pass to either go to the basement or go to the other floors. Those are both game passes, so if you don't have those, these buttons won't work, which is normal of course, because well, you don't have the game pass. But you can also use page up and page down to just go through the floors like this. Now I don't really use it that much, and I haven't really seen other people use it that much, so I don't know if it's really useful, but I wanted to include that. And then another one for speed builders, that is, you can open the control box or whatever it is called, control center probably. You click Ctrl, Shift and X at the same time, and then you type hide GUI and then the amount of seconds you want to hide it. So now I am going to be hiding it for 10 seconds, so I will type 10 and it will make the GUI completely disappear. So if I click this, everything is blank. I can still open my door, but the E to open door doesn't appear on my screen, and in 10 seconds everything will be back. Now if you want to close this menu, you just type exit and you enter. And there we go. And these are all the shortcuts there are currently in game. If I forgot some, let me know in the comments down below, but make sure you checked out the video before commenting it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.